Hello, Yunan. Today's topic is simple interest. We're going to be using this formula, I equals PRN, to solve questions related to simple interest. To start things off, I just have a quick getting better at maths question for you. There's a picture here that is 3 centimeters high. The statue that is in the picture is 60 centimeters high. What scale is used in the picture? I want you to pause the video and think about the answer for a second. Okay, hopefully you've had a go at this yourself. I think the answer is this one. So these are the 3 types of questions we have to be able to answer from our last topic, which was profit and loss. I'm just going to quickly run through them all for you. Question 1, I'll answer it up here. Okay, a mug was purchased at a discount of $20 for $5. What was the original price? So if the mug was discounted 20%, that means that $5 represents 80% of the full price. Now, the way to go from 80% to find out the original 100%, the first thing we do is we find 1%. And what 1% is going to equal is it's going to equal this number divided by this number. And we put that in our calculator. Sorry, I don't have my calculator ready. And we get 0.0625. Okay, that's 1% of the cost of this mug. And then to find 100% of the cost, we take 1% and we times it by 100. And we get $6.25 as the original price of the mug. Okay, looking at question 2 here now. A phone was purchased for $300 and sold for $220. What was the loss as a percentage of the sale price? Important to note. Okay, the first step is to calculate the amount of the loss, which equals the cost minus the selling price. Which is 300 minus 220. So the loss is $80. Now to calculate the percentage of the sale price, this is important. So the thing that we're making our fraction out of is the sale price here, not the cost price. And then we times that by 100. And the answer is 36.36%. Right, and the last type of question here, question 3. A pair of shoes is advertised at $120. What is the price if there is a 35% discount? Now, if we are taking 35% off the price, the amount that we have remaining is 65% of the original price. And the way we calculate this is we change our percentage into a decimal, change our of to a times, and then put that straight in our calculator. And that is going to equal $78. Okay, moving on now to interest. I want to see everyone please writing these things down in their books. We need this formula. This is the interest formula, I equals PRN. All of these things, please also need to be written down in your book. They're telling you what the letters represent in the formula. I is the amount of simple interest in dollars. P is the principal amount. That is essentially the money that you start with. The rate is the interest rate per time period, usually expressed like this. PA, per annum, which is down here. Per annum means per annum or per year. And the last letter in the formula is N, which is the number of time periods, usually years, but not always. The other thing you need to write down is this formula here. So our first formula up here gives us the interest, and our second formula down here, we're adding the interest to the amount of money we started with to find out what the total amount of money is. We'll do a couple of examples together here. The first one is calculate the simple interest earned if the principal is $1,000, the rate is 5% per annum, and the time is 3 years. So the first thing we're going to do is write down our formula, and then we're just going to fill in our numbers. 1,000 times, now remember when we put a percentage in our calculator, we need to convert it to a decimal first by taking our imaginary decimal point and moving it 2 spaces. So that will be 0.05. And then our time period is 3 years. All of these go into your calculator. You come out with $150 of interest earned. Okay, here's another example. Calculate the simple interest on $7,000 invested at 6.25% per annum for 18 months. Now the thing that's different about this question is our time period is not in years, but our interest rate is in years. Both of these numbers need to be referring to the same time period. If the interest rate is in years, then we need to put N in years, not months. So we're going to just write down our formula and we're going to start filling in numbers. The principal is 7,000. The rate is 6.25%. Now, when we come to our time period, we're not just writing 18, we're writing 18 divided by 12 because there are 12 months in a year. In 1 year. So 18 months divided by 12 months is going to give us the number of years. Now we go back over here and put this all in our calculator. And the answer is $656.25. So now there are going to be some questions for you guys to move on to on page 78.